Good afternoon, and God bless everyone that is tuning in for the show today. Today is episode 11, and I just want to get opened up in prayer as usual. We ask you, Lord, to please guide us and direct us and open our minds and hearts to all things hemp. We ask these things in your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Today, we are going to have a special guest on. And Rick is going to be joining us from Pure Biologix, and he's going to be discussing what they do for our members and for people across the state in the industrial hemp industry. And we're just so excited to have him on. We've used his services for our family farm, and they're just great guys. They do a great job on your product, and they specialize in small craft hemp farms like our members here at the Michigan Hemp Farmer Association. There's not these huge minimum order requirements where our members, for example, wouldn't be able to have certain companies process for us because we don't have enough material for them to work with. This is the answer, folks. These are the people we work with, and we recommend and suggest you folks seek out for not just services and processing, but they also do white labeling as well. And so I'm going to be bringing Rick on here in just a few moments, and we'll discuss some of these things with Rick. And we're going to end the show with a little discussion on House Bill 5058. The entire package goes up to committee tomorrow and will be voted on, and the legal process will start. We do believe this will pass, and I'll touch on more of that later. So let me bring Rick on here, and we'll get started. Let's see here. Add Rick. There we go. There's Rick.
How are you?
How you doing, Rick?
Good. Good to see you again.
Yes, sir. It's my pleasure. So I wanted to first say Happy New Year, and
Thank you to you also.
Yeah, thank you. And secondly, when we were talking back and forth on the email chain, you had brought up the COVID-19 and CBDA discussion, and it's a real hot topic right now in the industry.
It sure seems to be. Getting the phone ringing for sure.
Yeah, ours too. So let's start there. You guys are doing CO2 extractions. And why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, and then we'll kind of lead into the whole CBDA thing from there.
Sure. Yeah, we're a CO2 processor. My business partner Fred, which I'm not sure if you met him when you were here.
I have not yet. I haven't had the pleasure yet.
So when we first looked into this venture of starting processing in the hemp world, we looked at all the different types of processing that were out there, and one of the things we really wanted to focus on was purity. And purity meaning that we're not using all kinds of chemicals and such to extract something, because it tends to stay within the product. You can try and pull it out afterwards, but there's always a little bit of residual. So we decided to go the route of using CO2, which, it's everywhere. You breathe it, it's in the air. So if you go buy a Coke, it's in your Coke, it's all around. But we went that route, and we started utilizing CO2, knowing that there's also other added benefits to it, where it keeps the terpene profile in place. It keeps a lot of the oil that we extract is still in the acid form, which is the CBDA, CBGA, a lot of the acid forms there in a very high percentage. I guess maybe lucky enough that this researchers come out and said that the acid form is important. But for us, it also keeps all the flavonoids and the terpenoids in place. And we've always felt that was a very important piece of having full spectrum oil. If you want to make a full spectrum product, in our mind anyway, you just can't have a little pieces of it. If you're looking for that entourage effect, you want to have it all. So when we've explored all these different types of processing, we did focus on the CO2. We settled on the CO2. We made a fairly large investment in machinery to do a CO2 extraction, and we've been very happy with the results. And I think in most cases, the farmers that we've worked with and our customers have been very happy with the oil that they get. And tell me if I'm going on too long, because I know we
I'm hearing you. They're happy. We're one of them. We're extremely happy.
Well, we know that we make products for people, and the entourage effect has been very important for what they want to have in their product. Um, so just doing it with an extract, and we can go ethanol too. We can do those things if people prefer that. If they're going to go all the way to distillate or something like that, and we're pulling all this out anyway. But by having it using the CO2 and keeping everything in it, we're able to make great tinctures for people, capsules that are very high in the CBDA concentration. We actually are doing some of the gummies now that are full spectrum. For me, though, the taste is not my favorite because you always have a little bit of a lingering of it in the back of your throat, that pepper taste.
Yeah.
But people will say, I'll take the taste because I enjoy the benefits of it. So that's kind of a little bit about us. We started this in 2018 when the Farm Bill came through. We started kind of at the peak of everything, where everything was, everybody was jumping into it. Oil was bringing very high prices at the time, and everything did do the backslide just to supply and demand. But because I think we offer a specialty type of product, a specialty type of services, we've been able to stay around and continue the services.
Oh, that's great. We sure have benefited from it. We had a family member who had COVID here a few weeks ago, and that oil you processed for us, that was 57% CBDA.
Yes, it's higher.
57%. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Just incredible. So we gave we had read the research from Oregon University, and in relationship to their findings that it helps to minimize the negative effects of COVID-19 with CBDA. So I sent the article over to the family member, and they read it, and they made the decision to have me make them some capsules out of it.
Okay.
And I just gifted it to them. They're a relative of mine, and they said it was very helpful because they had COVID prior to this a few years ago when it first started. And she said it was about half as bad this time. It really minimized the negative effects. So I trust what she's telling me, and I'm not saying that it does anything at all because we don't know that for sure. But boy, if I get COVID, I can tell you I got a whole bucket full of CBDA that you guys process for us, and I'll be taking it myself in the event that happens.
Someday I kind of wonder if it works because some days I'm buried in it, up to my elbows in oil.
I bet you are.
Yeah, but it's I've heard the similar type of thing from other people. We have a friend of ours that says the same thing. He uses CBD tincture regularly, which is still high in the CBDA, and he said he's the only one of his family that didn't end up with the COVID when it went through his family. Now, whether that's true or not, it's hard to say. We can't make those types of claims, but there's a lot of anecdotal type of evidence, I guess, out there that kind of hits on the fringe of it all in my mind.
Yeah, me too. So, I'll tell you, I trusted enough to try it for myself.
Yeah.
And
well, a little story. Just I'm not a big user of anything. I never have been. I'm not a big one for aspirin or any kind of thing. But as I'm getting older, some joints start to ache and such like that, and we do make CBD gummies. And I thought, I'm just going to try it, and I did. And it's a 25 milligram cube. And I'm going, okay, next morning, my elbow didn't hurt, which was always hurting. My hands weren't hurting. I go, this has got to be just coincidence. So, and it wasn't just the one day. It was like 3 days later. So I stopped taking it. And sure enough, it started creeping back. So now I'm like, all right, I guess I have to take my own products now.
Yeah.
But, it's all natural is the way I look at it. There's nothing.
It sure is.
Yeah, there's nothing that's been, processed to the point where you don't know what's in it. It hasn't have a chemical mixed into the piece. And that's, if I'm going to use something, I'd like to know what's in it. And that's kind of why I decided I'll go with that route.
For us, when we first spoke to you, one of the things that was important to us is full spectrum, whole plant,
Right.
And you were able to provide that with the CO2, like you explained. But the other thing that was attractive to us as an association was that you're able to do small batches, and our products are made that way. We're a small batch company, just like a distillery would be for like
Right.
an expensive rum or liquor. We make small batches ourselves here for at our corporation, our family business. And when you called and when I spoke to you and you said, look, we do 40-pound batches, I couldn't believe it.
Right.
I mean, the industry's just plagued. I call it a plague. They're plagued with processors who want 500-pound minimums or 1,000-pound minimums. And our farm association, our farmers don't produce them kind of numbers, generally speaking.
Well, we saw that a lot, and it's not to say we can't process 10,000 pounds. We take orders of 10,000 pounds and we do process through it. But it leaves out the guys that are like you're talking about, where you grew and you have 40 pounds of biomass, or 100 pounds of biomass. And the way I look at it is that these are the guys that really built the industry in the first place. They're the ones that everybody else is kind of using as the footstool to move their big products ahead. Someone has to somehow, those guys should be able to have their product turned into something. So we loved working with it. And to be quite honest with you, these are the people that really know what are going on. They're like the connoisseur of the plant.
Mm-hmm.
They know what's happening. They know what's going on with the plant. They know what they want at the end of the plant. And they're really fun to work with. It's not, when you get a 10,000 pound order, a lot of times you're working with a guy that's almost a go in between. He says, look, I just want to turn it into this. I just want to turn it into money and move on. And so we do it, but you don't have the interaction. We're not sending them the pictures of it going in the extractor, or taking videos of the oil coming out of the extractor and showing it to them, because they just don't care sometimes. Yeah, it's not their sweat and blood, I think, that's into it. And we enjoy working with those guys that do that. And you mentioned small batch like that. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, our members have a bill in the House right now. It's House Bill 5058. It goes in front of committee tomorrow. We'll be discussing this after our interview on the show when we continue the show. But you should see, I'm guessing you're going to see a large increase in business, because this particular bill empowers the craft hemp farmer like our members. And what it does is it creates a legal cottage food industry, hemp industry.
Okay.
Our farms have been doing this for years, but across the board, there's only a handful of us. I think we have 38 members currently, or 39 now.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that reaching in numbers into the 300 or 400 people within the next year or two, once House Bill 5058 is passed. First of all, it legalizes hemp food products for humans. I mean, everybody needs that in the state of Michigan. We all want that.
Right.
That's the big thing. Nobody wants to be riding the way everyone is currently in the situation we are right now. So that's a good thing. But more importantly for our organization is when they legalize and actually put these laws into place, it'll establish a Michigan cottage food industry. And not just have me and a few people doing it, but we'll actually have an outline, and we'll have state guidelines, and we'll have rules and regulations. And when that goes into place, I think guys like you are going to get real busy, because there's going to be more ability to sell products, not just online, or it's going to create a new venue, the farm market, just like you sell honey or you sell maple syrup. There's going to be farms like mine that grows the hemp from seed to final product, and you're the integral part. To me, your company is the part where the bottleneck was created, because we used to have to put all our hemp together in order to have enough hemp to go to the processor with. And now you're giving us the ability, your corporation gives my farm and farms like mine and our members the ability to do small batches. I believe it's 40 pounds, right? Am I correct?
Right. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
40 pounds. That's incredible, because now this small farmer who has 1 acre and only comes up with a small amount doesn't have to be stuck with hemp that they can't process. They can actually go to folks like yourself at Pure Biologix and say, hey, I have 40 pounds to process today. And it's not for a crazy amount. It's fair pricing. We thought it was, we think it's a heck of a deal. That's why we made you our preferred vendor.
Well, we appreciate that. But, the other part of it is that even when people have a little larger amounts other than 40 pounds, sometimes they want to be strain specific. They grew a certain strain. Say, look, I just want to extract that by itself and do another strain of something else. And to your point, we're able to help people with that instead of, saying, but I will tell you, I did have an inquiry from a woman last night. She said she had approximately 2 pounds. I said, I'm not sure I can just do 2 pounds at a time. It's extractors, just the capacity is a little bit larger. But
yeah.
But we can work in different things, and we're going to work way with her to help blend it in with another, so we can get some efficiencies for.
Well, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I want to touch on your white labeling, and the reason I bring this up is we're thinking our family farm would use you guys to do some tinctures and here in the near future, and it would be helpful not just to me but to everyone watching. Can you give us a little information on what services you provide? And
sure. As far as the white label, or sometimes people call it private label, we are able to work with again in smaller increments. We do some of our batches of tinctures are like quantity of 50.
Wow.
And we'll do that. It's hard to do less than that just because of the ratios that you have to mix things to. So 50 is kind of our minimum of a quantity that we will work with. But we're able to, like you said, use all the full spectrum pieces from their oil. If they want it specifically from a certain type of oil, we'll do that. Whether they grew an indica or a sativa and they want to do certain things with their oil, we can blend it so that it works with them. And then we also help with creating labels, and we follow all the good manufacturing practices. We make sure everything is sterile before it goes in. Everything is clean, and we do the safety seal at the end. But like I said, we will help design a label for them. If they have their own logo, we can add that in. We do that all the time, and we have customers that do white label from. I'm trying to think. It's around the country. We go to New York. We've gone to Ohio, Missouri, Indiana, Wisconsin. So. And even Seattle. So we've been out to the West Coast too. But it's something we enjoy doing. And again, it doesn't have to have 2,000 of them to get an order through for us. So we enjoy it. And we do tinctures, we do gummies, lotions, salves, sports sticks, capsules. I'm trying to think about going through the whole itinerary of pieces here. And we do full spectrum. We do some broad spectrum for people that want that. And we'll also make certain concentrates if they just want to sell their concentrates or just have some concentrates for their own production. They're making their own products.
So concentrates, do you mean like dabs? Is that what you're referring to?
I'm more referring to we can do dabs, and we do, and I guess I should mention that too. We do a very highly terpenated, some people call it just FTE full. I'm sorry. Now it's going right outside my head. But it's a full spectrum, highly terpenated extract, and it's a very thin type of an oil that people use to make dabs and other types of things in their own products. We do that piece, and it's almost like a skim of the material. So you're getting your terpenes, your flavonoids all in that. And I should probably somehow send you a video of what it looks like coming out, because it's not like a crude oil. It looks very, very thin as you pour it in.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
I'll send you that so you can see it. But people use that when they're making their vape pens, and they can make vape pens without any additives if they're using this. They can make their CBD vape pens, and they can do a very high potency without it ever crystallizing. Because it's in the acid form, it doesn't allow the crystals to form, and you get that higher potency. But we do make vape pens. We do quite a few different things as far as people that are going into farmer markets and having an array of products. We help them all the way through from beginning to end, packaging to safety sealing and boxing it up.
That's great.
Yeah.
So tell me, give me a little information. How can everybody get a hold of you? I know we posted you on the Facebook page,
Right.
But let everybody know what's the best way to contact you.
Well, they can call. Actually, my cell phone is a great way. 734 516 1585 is my cell phone, or through our website at purebiologixcbd.com. Either way, we try and get back to people as soon. Well, if you call my cell phone, I probably answer the phone. But if it's through the website, usually within the day or the next day, we're getting back to you. And usually, what happens is after you reach out to us, we'd like to set up a little bit of a call just to kind of really understand what it is that you're looking to do, and then we can work through this further discussions on how do we go ahead.
Gotcha. Is there anything else you can think that I haven't covered that we should be talking about?
No, I think you pretty much hit all the high points here. I don't want to take all your time. I know you have other things that are coming up, and Father Joy, we really enjoyed working with you, and we really enjoyed being part of this association. So,
we appreciate it. We hope
yeah.
we have you written in for August 27th for the Michigan Hemp Festival for a booth, and we're hoping that you guys can make it. Please keep us informed. We'd like you to at least pass out some brochures, and hopefully a few farmers stop by. I think we'll have about 2,500 people here that day.
Great.
And, we're hoping you can pass out some information and make yourself available to people that show up.
Okay. I appreciate it.
All right.
Well, thanks for letting me join in today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show. God bless you guys, and we sure do appreciate it, and have a great day.
Thanks. Take care.
Yeah, bye-bye. All right, everybody. That was Rick, and he is from Pure Biologix, and he is one of the owners of Pure Biologix. And let me go ahead and get him out of here. All right, there you go. That was great that he joined in. Thank you, everyone who's tuning in and watching the show, whether you're watching it live or recorded. We always appreciate that. Today's show, as every other show, is brought to you by the Michigan Hemp Farmer Association, Conservative Christians for Cannabis Reform, and the Michigan Industrial Hemp Coalition, which we are part of the National Industrial Hemp Coalition. And we thank all of our supporters for making this broadcast possible. Thank you. Please Google or any of these organizations if you'd like more information on them. They're great. Please help support them. So let's move forward. So tomorrow morning, they will be having a committee meeting, which I believe there will be cannabis discussed there and hemp tomorrow. I was contacted by some of my friends at the Michigan Regulatory Agency this morning, and they informed me that they were aware of the bills for hemp entering into committee tomorrow, and just asking some of my thoughts. And we were just chatting back and forth for a little while, and it appears to me, and I believe that tomorrow we will enter into committee, and it'll get through committee, and it'll be passed through and enter the House. So let's all, I want to ask everyone to please pray, and not only pray, at the bottom there, scrolling across the bottom, is the email for the committee. And take a few moments tonight or this afternoon and get on your email and say, dear committee, we would like you to support the hemp bill package for 5058 and support that. And I would also ask your, I wouldn't say your lawmaker, but we're not at that point yet. I'd say right now the best thing you can do is contact the committee, and I encourage them to vote yes on the House Bill Package 5058. I think that's where we're at right now. So if you can do that this afternoon or this evening so that they have that tomorrow bright and early, that'd be very helpful to all of us. Keep in mind, this bill 5058 is going to legalize hemp food products. It is also going to finally, excuse my exaggerated comment there, but we have been waiting since 2016 for this. We are waiting for legalized hemp food products, and we are waiting for a established legal pathway for hemp farm market and hemp farm market craft hemp farmers to be able to sell our products at our farm stands, just like maple syrup companies or honey producers. And this bill will allow us to do that. And so it's a good thing. So before I close, I just want to tell everybody thank you again for tuning in. Stay tuned for the Michigan Hemp Festival updates and for legislative updates in the hemp and cannabis industry. Again, my name's Father Joe Brown, and I thank you for joining us. And God bless you, and God bless your day. And please continue to tune in and like our channel on YouTube. Please like our YouTube channel. Please like our Facebook post. And if you got a few extra bucks, please go to the Michigan Hemp Farmer Association website and donate some money. Every single penny of your dollar is a write-off or a 501c3. You'll get a coupon or a letter in the mail from our accounting office thanking you, and you can use that as a tax write-off. And your dollars will be used exclusively to empower the Michigan industrial hemp industry for minorities, women, and cannabis felons, and indirectly affect the entire state. And through our legislative process, we'll be able to influence states across the United States to adopt laws like we right here in our state of Michigan. So thank you, and praise God, and have a great day, everyone.